somebody at Woodbury Community Church, and Richard Minette is going to come up at this time and share with you about what God has been doing in his life and a brand new compassion ministry that God is calling him to lead.
Hello, my name is Richard Minette. My wife and I moved here from Phoenix about 6 years ago or so. We became members of this church right around the time Brian started here, and this is our church home. I'm just going to give you a little testimony here, short and sweet and not so pretty, but anyway, when I was in Phoenix, and prior to even moving to Phoenix, I had a serious drug problem. My name is Richard Minette, and I am a drug addict. Drug use led me to the Lord, however, when I was 38. It took me that long to finally get my act together. I had pretty much bottomed out. I was a cocaine junkie, a meth junkie, and was just at the end of my ropes. I tried to get back in shape, and I was searching for something. I didn't know the Lord at that time. I started jogging by this church, and I had a miraculous experience, very miraculous. I can just remember it today so well. I literally heard the Lord calling out my name. He would say, "Richard, you need to come in here." And after several trips of jogging by that church, I was just fascinated, and I was scared, and I didn't really know what to think. So I did enter, and upon entering, I realized why he was calling me in there. I did an altar call. I bawled my eyes out, and I just knew at that time I needed the Lord. So I became a member of the church. I was baptized, and I joined a 12-step Bible-based program. Being in recovery in AA and NA, which I both attend, there's always some question about the higher power. In my case, there's no question. Jesus is my higher power. I learned a lot through that 12-step program, and that's what I want to do here. Anyway, we moved from Phoenix to Minnesota. I was clean for quite a long time, close to 10 years. And I relapsed here when I had back surgery. I got into opiates, morphine, oxycodones, which were prescribed, but it wasn't enough. So I got into street drugs, and I was doing narcotics and heroin and pretty much everything I could get my hands on. Not a good thing. However, due to prayer from church members here, Brian, my dear friend Joan Hargis over there, and number one, my wife in the back row there. She stood by me through all of this. God bless her. I ended up surrendering and going into Hazelden. I was in there and went through withdrawals and went through hell for about 3 weeks, but after that kind of came to my senses and realized that I had turned my back on the Lord. Drugs and alcohol had become my idol. I just needed to turn back to the Lord and I would be okay, and I did. And I've been clean now, clean and sober for almost 2 years. With the help of church support, my mentor John, it's just been a good ride. I'm back into AA and NA, and I want to start a program here. I do have some background. 7 years as a clinical social worker at the state hospital in South Dakota. I have a degree in psychology and social work. 3 years as a diversion counselor in the state of Colorado, working for the district attorney's office in Golden. I actually was clinical director of a program in Phoenix for a year, a drug and alcohol program where I worked with families and kids that had drug and alcohol problems. I also helped set up the state program in Colorado called Shape Up. It's like Scared Straight, and I was a board member for that program and took kids into the penitentiary. Anyway, I'm ready to start the program. It'll be starting in September, and it's going to be a confidential program. Anybody that thinks they have a problem with drug and alcohol, there's not going to be a sign-up sheet. You'll have to contact me. It's being put together right now, and hopefully people will do like I did and seek the Lord for help. With that, I can leave you with Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Thank you.